Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting us. This is a great opportunity to talk about Georgia's aspiration to become a member of the European Union. It's actually a great opportunity because of COVID. We didn't have a chance to meet in person, so this is a great opportunity once again. Thank you for this. Well, second, I want to say that, of course, Georgia has been a very reliable and loyal partner to the European Union. This is a choice of our people. It does not belong only to the Georgian government, but this is a choice. I would say this is a civilizational choice of the Georgian people. And we've been very loyal. We've been a dedicated partner to the European Union because we share the same values, same principles. In 2014, you know that we signed the association agreement. This is the main document. This is a roadmap for our ultimate goal, which is the full-fledged EU membership. Since then, of course, we have a free trade agreement. We have some tangible results, such as the visa-free regime, which is also very important to the Georgian citizens. And of course, just recently, we submitted the application for the EU membership. To respond to your question, I would say whatever brings us closer to the European Union, to the EU membership, is of course acceptable for us. Because we have no other alternative. As I said, this is the choice of Georgian people, and we will do whatever we can. We will do the maximum in order to get closer to the European Union, to get closer to the ultimate goal, which is the full-fledged membership of the European Union. Well, first of all, I think we should take into consideration the expectations of the people. I want to talk about Georgia, and I want to talk about Georgian people. More than 80% of our population support this idea that Georgia must become a member of the European family. And this is not a choice, again, I want to repeat, of our government. We have been striving, we have been trying to get closer to the European Union for centuries. We didn't start it in 2014 when we signed the association agreement. Instead, we've been trying to become a member of the civilized Europe and world for centuries, as I said. So now we need to manage the expectations of our people. Because from our perspective, how we see this process, because we believe that we've been, as I said, we are very loyal to the European values, principles, we're doing democratic reforms. We're doing all necessary things that is into the association agreement. We have fulfilled 45%, more than 45% of the association agreement has already been fulfilled. We have embarked on a very ambitious reforms agenda. Since 2014, we've been doing lots of improvements in every direction, whether this is rule of law, judicial reforms, open government, or in every direction we have huge progress. We have tangible progress, and people see it. So now the question is whether we raise this expectation, we tell our people that Georgia will get this, as it was said, symbolic, let's say, political, let's say, declaration, an acknowledgement that Georgia is part of this European family, or we should explain to them that it's not the right time, maybe we should consider it later, or we need to see action now and today. Because as it was mentioned, it's a different world today. What has happened in Ukraine, it's not a challenge to only Ukrainian security. This is a challenge to the entire European security architecture. And I want to remind you about the war that we had in 2008. At that time, I have to mention, regrettably, that we did not see such unity that is today. We welcome this unity. This is great. This is a very strong, let's say, reaction of the entire world, of the civilized world. But we, the Georgians, we paid a very high price since we regained our independence. We had two wars in the 90s when we regained our independence, one in Abkhazia, in Ossetia, and 2008, a large-scale war with Russia. And the result of this war is temporary occupation of our territories, of our historic territories. Now, we understand the concern that exists in the European Union, because as Minister mentioned, they don't want to import all these problems, let's say, into the European family. But we also understand that, granting the candidate status does not mean giving the membership, right? It's still a long process. It was mentioned by the president of Estonia. It's a long process. We understand that. And we have our homework, which is the association agreement. So that's my point. But we need clarity. And we need adequate and relevant reaction from the European Union.